3 soccer teams in the BCSN area remaining. Happy to have Francis Stevens and Chris Black along with us. It is kind of bittersweet when we get to this time of year in the playoffs because teams start dropping out, but we get to see such a great showcase of high school soccer. And what an incredible couple of weeks of games that we've had, Chris.
Yeah, it really has. And it's been great, too, because it's not always the people you always expect to get there. So we had a couple new ones. The Bowling Green boys did a great job getting all the way into this week, which that's a huge step. And they ran the Revere, who just happens to be #1 in D2. So it is what it is. At that point, you're playing a really good team, but they acquitted themselves very well. A 2-0 loss. At this time of year, you are saying, oh, that's a good loss.
Again, on that one as well, too, the Maumee Lady Panthers making a great run this year in Division II, and just coming up short against St. Mary's Memorial 3-0. Coach Jeremiah McNutt doing a terrific job of getting the Maumee girls back into this scene. They haven't been there in a very, very long time, but it was good to see. You know, again, the NOL was really deep this year. And really, to be honest, they did a tremendous job of getting some teams in the tournament.
A lot for all of those teams to be proud of, and a lot for the teams moving on to be proud of, too. We have regional finals Saturday. So let's start on the girls' side. Anthony Wayne is left. What do the Generals have to do to beat Magnificat?
Well, I'm excited to be on that game. They moved to 11:30 just for my schedule, so thank you, OHSAA. I got a thing. But yeah, that's a big one. The good news is Coach Lori Williams has a lot of Northwest Ohio people to rely on. Magnificat comes to Northwest Ohio a lot, so you had them playing against Perrysburg, St. Ursula, Clay, as well as Notre Dame. And man, I mean, Perrysburg hammered them this year. Early in this season as well. Notre Dame got them 2-1 as well. Julie Cure, she had, I think, like 22 goals, 15 assists at this point. That's someone they're going to need to keep track of. She is their scoring, really the machine. That's someone they can look at. Anthony Wayne on the other side has been wide open scoring. A lot of different people can fit in that role in the day.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for Magnificat, you got to be more worried about Lila Simon. I mean, what a goal she scored. In the regional semifinal, just a freshman. A year ago, I remember saying something to her like, you were in 8th grade. You weren't even on this team. You were still playing at GTFC. You're just being a junior high kid, and you get in that moment, and hit an absolute blistering ball, far post from about 25 yards out, had a lot of pace. She did a really good job. I think Tegan Farrington was really, really good for them at the back as well, too. Did some great things back there, as well as Borchard as well, too. I mean, again, this team, last year was 2 years ago was a rebuilding year. They were in the Final Four. Last year, they should have been in the state final, loss. This year, rebuilding year, they're back in the regional final again.
On their roster, Lila is still listed as a team manager. Like, doesn't even have the number next to her, which
She manages the game. She manages the game
really well, man. That's really, really well.
Okay, so Division I for the boys, it doesn't get much tougher for a draw than St. Ignatius. And you could say that, like, no matter which state they played in. They're just really, really, really good. Southview is going to have their hands full. What does Southview have to do to move on?
Well, I was going to tell you, they have something in common. Neither of them won in Maryland this year. So I think the difference was Iggy's the only one that played there. But what a schedule that they put together at Ignatius again. But Savannah Southview's been the same MO all year long. It's great team chemistry, a lot of role players stepping up, allowing Palicki to get into dangerous places to put Shuley in. It seemed like every time, hey, it's a cross. You guys might want to, oh, yeah, that's Shuley at the back door. He just scored.
Last year they played each other. Southview held them scoreless for, really, to be honest, 30 minutes? I mean, it was a 0-0 game. Plus a few, you know. But again, you're not really too worried about that. The biggest thing for me for Southview going into this game is don't change what you do. Go run at these guys, okay? You know, Mike McLaughlin in his 27th year, okay, like we know these guys are going for their 4th straight state championship. No team in Ohio history in Division I or any division has won 4 straight. And they have some injuries right now, but Coach McLaughlin definitely will have those guys ready to go as they're getting ready to go for their whatever in the row regionals. It's kind of one of those things you're like,
It's kind of getting to that point in Division III, isn't it? With Brian Hayedell and his guys, like whatever in a row, regional finals, Final Four appearances, they're starting to make consecutive trips there, and you start to expect them being at this stage.
Well, that goes back to 2007 with Greg McElroy there. I mean, They were like making runs year in, year out. And I think last night that Hanoverton United team kind of bothered them a little bit in the first half. You know, Alex Duran had some good chances. You know, Lingo had some good chances, just weren't able to do anything. But I think in the second half, what happened was they wore them down. They were able to get in behind. You know, Harley Talbot scored a really great goal in the first 3-4 minutes of the second half. And then when obviously Lingo got that rebound goal, I think that kind of opened up the floodgates for things. And Alex Duran did a really terrific job of just being able to do what he does best,
We get to see all of these games live on Saturday on the BCSN Now app. You get to see more sports nightly after this. Chris Black, Francis Stevens, as always, thanks for joining us on Sidekicks.
Absolutely, thank you.
Sidekicks on Sports Nightly is presented by Pacesetter Soccer Club. Soccer excellence since 1980.